BizMapPtbo, Peterborough's business vlog. Each episode creates a business map to your success. We will introduce you to people and places in our city who will help you make it happen, showcasing why Ptbo is the place to live, play, and prosper. Welcome to the first episode of BizMapPtbo. Thank you for joining us on this episode of BizMapPtbo. BizMapPtbo, we're back to you with a topic that we've spoken of before, marketing. And welcome back to BizMapPtbo. I'm Sophie Andreo, your host.
Hi, my name is Karen August and I'm with the Greater Peterborough Chamber of Commerce, and I've been asked today to talk to you about networking. And the networking that we're talking about is good old-fashioned face-to-face human contact networking. The first thing that I'm going to tell you, and you may have heard this before, is that you need a strategy. You can't just turn up, go to everything and expect great results. The first thing that you need to do is to start where you are. You might say, I really don't have a big network. What am I going to do? But you do have a network. You have friends. You have some business contacts. You have some mentors maybe who've helped you thus far. You can mine those contacts to see if they will let you into their networks and find out who they know and who they're connected to. Most people are glad to make an introduction if you just ask them. The second thing is to be choosy. And I'm going to tell you to do everything twice and go everywhere at least once. And then get choosy and decide which of those events is going to be the right fit for you. Where are you meeting the right kind of people? Where are the people that you want to meet hanging out? And how are you going to make a plan to get to know them? The very last thing that I would say to you is to remember the golden rule of networking, and that is to follow up. If you've made a connection with somebody, you should have their business card. It should be in your pocket. It should have a little note on it. You should know exactly who that person is, how you connected with them, and hopefully during the conversation, you've switched your attitude, remember, from what are they going to do for me to how can I help them? And then you're going to have something that you can follow up. Remember, you might have said, oh, I can send you that information, or I can give you that person's contact details. Give me your business card, and I'll send that to you in the morning. And there you have your reason to follow up. Don't say you're going to do something and then don't. Always try and surprise them with a nice follow-up, and that's the way to make relationships stick.
Hi, I'm Michael Skinner. I'm the President and CEO of the Innovation Cluster.
My name is Rose Terry, and I am the Entrepreneurship and Marketing Coordinator for the Greater Peterborough Innovation Cluster. And we are a not-for-profit organization that helps innovation and technology startups to bring their businesses to market. So people always ask me what the biggest mistake that I see businesses making when they're advertising, and there are three that come to mind. The first is not advertising at all. So my favorite quote in the entire world is, doing business without advertising is like winking at a girl in the dark. You know what you're doing, but nobody else does. And that's Stuart Henderson.
My name is Suzanne McCrimmon, and I'm the Director of Business Development for Peterborough Economic Development, both in the city and the townships of Peterborough. Today I'm going to talk to you about if you're thinking about taking your product or service beyond the borders of Canada. What do you have to consider when you're thinking of doing that? You know, it's a real risk when you consider taking your product beyond the borders of Canada. Market research can be done even before you've spent any money, because that will give you a decision on, is it really something I want to consider, and am I taking a risk because I've been successful in Canada, I've been successful in my community, but I may not be successful in a new market. An example of that is Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons went into the United States thinking they were going to be the next new coffee mecca for the United States, but they already had their own brand. They're very Dunkin' Donut focused. So that was a reason why, because they had done their research, they realized not the, it was not the place for us to be. So they actually looked at expanding their market east-west, and they also looked at expanding their product line. So to actually give the customer here in Canada more of a choice. It wasn't just coffee and donuts, and then they went into the more lunch, dinner sort of menu. And that was how they grew their business, not by exporting. If you were looking to go to a trade show as a choice of entry into market, one of the questions you may ask yourself, well, what trade show should I go to? What trade association should I even consider? That's where the Chamber of Commerce can really give some great advice, because often they already have companies within their membership that can assist you in identifying the trade show that would be most beneficial for you to go to, or a like trade association to belong to. So I think that would be a really good thing to look at if considering to go to a trade show. So thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. And if you require any additional information, reach out to the Economic Development Organization, and we would be happy to assist you in getting your product beyond the borders.
Hi, my name is Maddie Wilson, and I work in the Business Advisory Centre at Peterborough Economic Development. We are funded in part by the Government of Ontario and provide supports to entrepreneurs, startups, and expansions within the City of Peterborough and the county. Some advice I would give to young entrepreneurs who are just starting out on their business journey would be to definitely take a step back and look at the resources that you have available within your city. Here in Peterborough and the Kawarthas, we are blessed to have a fantastic ecosystem of supports and resources. Here at the Peterborough Economic Development, and specifically within the Business Advisory Centre, we provide one-on-one consultations for all entrepreneurs. It's a great opportunity for you to come in, sit down with us. We love working with entrepreneurs, and we're extremely personable. It's a great chance for you to sit down, and we'll go through your business idea, sort of from start to finish.
Okay, I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Jeff Day. I'm the Executive Director of Community Futures Peterborough. I've been in the position for 4 months, and I'm going to give you a basic overview of what it's like to deal with us and the stages required to do so. The first thing you got to do as an entrepreneur is ask yourself why. Why do you want to be an entrepreneur? That will basically set the tone for your success as you go forward. As intimidating as this sometimes may seem, the process that we go through is you deal with us at a small level. There's only 3 of us that you'd be dealing with one-on-one. And your objective is to convince us that your idea is marketable and eventually become somewhat of a success. The level of success is measured by your own desire. It's not necessarily a mass corporation that we're trying to develop here. There's a range of previous Community Futures clients that have gone from Lindsay here at a musée that is just a family business, and then there's larger ones like Tim Barry that started in 1991, and he's now got one of the largest plastics companies in the area. So there is no limit to where you can get to. When I get to the specifics, there are limits to our loan structures, but the objective of our goal is to basically walk you through this, mentor you where you need it, redirect you if you need redirection. We work in partnership directly with GPIC if it's like an innovation type idea. If you've got a problem with your business plan, we'll send you to PED. We've got an agreement with them. That's Peterborough Economic Development, and we would like to complement each other's services. The whole objective of Community Futures is to try and build your company up until it's bankable. And once we basically, like, there's a complete relationship with us and the banks. We don't compete. We basically build people up, get them in a credit strong position to then become bankable, at which point they can negotiate a lower, better interest rate. So for us, it's our main purpose is to just get you started and get rolling.
Hi, my name's Neil Morton, and I'm the co-founder of PtboCanada.com, and that's a local social news and entertainment website that gets distributed all through Peterborough and the Kawarthas. One of the other big recommendations I make to local businesses in town with branding and marketing is to be as hyper-local as possible. We live in a small community here, and there's a network of people that know you, or there's 1 or 2 degrees of separation. Reach out to them and be as intimate as possible. Don't use branding that's corporate branding, that's not more foreign to them. Take pictures in your business or show yourself active in the community at events, and people will really respond to that. And you'll really convert people to go, I know that person, I know that business. It's really brand familiarity in a small town. So as much as possible, I recommend really being community-oriented, hyper-local with your content, the pictures you're showing, and your branding and marketing. And I think you'll really find that it will be really effective for your business and personally as well for you. What I would say to young entrepreneurs and startups in town is, as much as possible, network and really get out to events in town. There's an amazing community of collaborators here and mentors and older entrepreneurs that really want to help make you a success, because the more you're a success, the more Peterborough is a success, and the more Canada is a success, because we're put on the map across Canada. So we're part of this whole startup community that's right now being fueled across Canada. So as much as you can, network and seek advice from mentors. Where I'd recommend entrepreneurs to go in town to seek mentors is Startup Peterborough, which is a local grassroots initiative, and there's lots of mentors there in all different sectors who can help you with your business and recommend where to go. The Peterborough Innovation Cluster is fantastic. They have a cube that incubates tech businesses in town, and green tech and digital technology, which is huge right now in town. There's Peterborough Economic Development, which is fostering tons of young businesses and recruiting businesses to come here and make them sustainable. And as well, the Peterborough Chamber is a phenomenal resource locally to help you once you've established a foothold in the community to become a member of the Chamber. They have lots of sources and outreach that you can utilize to really make your business a success. So there's no shortage of opportunities for businesses here to succeed with this collaborative community we have around us.
My name is Gwyneth James. I am a partner with Cody and James CPAs. And today we are going to chat about, you want to hire your first employee, huh? Well, that's a big step, and there's a lot involved. And so you should never hire that first employee until you've come and spoken to me or someone equivalent. Because they're a lot more expensive than you think they are, employees, I mean. So you have to make sure you've taken into account what all those costs are going to be. So first of all, you think you're going to pay this person minimum wage. Okay, 11, whatever that is an hour, it's changing on October 1st, 2016. But that's not what it's going to cost you, because it's going to cost you CPP on top of that. So 5% on top of whatever you're paying them for CPP. Then there's going to be another amount for employment insurance, about 2.5% for that. And then there's going to be another amount for WSIB, which keeps them safe, and if they end up getting hurt on the job, that it provides them with an income. You also have 4% holiday pay, vacation pay that is, that you have to pay. And then there's all those statutory holidays that you're going to have to pay them for, or even pay them time and a half if they work those days. That all costs you money. So don't think that you can throw it into your business plan, you know, $11.50, $11.60 an hour. That is not what it's going to cost you.
My name is Marcelo Sarkis. I'm the Senior Patent Agent, Principal and Founder of Prima IP, a company which provides intellectual property services. One of the big questions I get quite often over my 27-year career is, what is the first step in securing your IP or your intellectual property? The first step is actually to identify whether you have intellectual property or not to secure. And the best way to find out whether you have IP to secure or not is to speak with an intellectual property specialist. And that would either be a patent agent, a trademark agent, or an IP lawyer. The first advice that you will likely receive from an IP specialist is to not talk about your idea before you meet with an IP specialist and either file to protect your intellectual property, either through a patent or an industrial design or a trademark or a copyright, or ensure that you have a non-disclosure agreement in place with the individuals that you will be disclosing your idea to. Something that I find very helpful to startups and entrepreneurs is a better idea of the various instruments available to you to secure your intellectual property. The most common and well-known instrument is a patent. And a patent will protect usually a product, a process, a method, and improvements relating to a product, a process, and a method. The other instrument that is quite well known is a trademark. Now, a trademark will protect your brand, so your trade name, and that can comprise a name, a slogan, a sound, and a combination of all three. The third instrument that is well known is an industrial design, called a design patent in the United States, but an industrial design in Canada. And that protects the aesthetic look of a finished article. There's no utility associated with it. Utility is covered through a patent, but the aesthetic look of a finished article is covered by an industrial design. And the fourth instrument is a copyright. And a copyright can protect any literary or artistic work, such as a song, a video, a movie, a composition, a book, a manual, a website, photographs, paintings, etc. So it's important to meet with an IP specialist early on to first define and determine which intellectual property instrument your idea falls under. For further information, either give me a call, the information will be available, or go to the Canadian Intellectual Property Office website, where there is a list of registered patent agents and registered trademark agents that you can seek and speak with.
My name is Amy Simpson, and I own Microwave Technology Solutions here in Peterborough. We have about 28 staff, and we support new small businesses, government, education, all different kinds of business. So one of the first things I want to talk about is just explain a little about IT and outsourcing. First of all, what is it? Because I think it's important to understand what we're talking about before we tell you what we think maybe you could do to resolve it. So I guess one of the key points is that it's basically anything. So it can be servers, desktops, notebooks, telephony, internet companies, software off the shelf or custom developed. It can be anything that helps your company run and prosper or communicate with your customers. So it's a very wide scope of things that it can involve. One of the key things is also the users, which seem to be the long forgotten people behind the scenes. Obviously, if you're running a business on your own and you're one person, you're that user. But if you get 10 people working with you and every day they have 10 problems that they can't resolve and you don't have IT support, they're going to use people within your company to fix those issues. And what you might not realize is the intangible costs involved in letting that occur. You believe you're saving money by not outsourcing your IT because your staff is handling it, and yet you have your finance guy and your sales girl and your other person all working on this word problem for 4 hours when they should be doing their other jobs to grow your company. So that's just my take on it, because, you know, I'm a business owner as well, and I understand about saving money, and cutting costs, but you shouldn't be doing it at the expense of the productivity and the growth of your business.
Hi everyone, I'm Paul Bennett from Ashburnham Realty. Sophie has asked me to come talk here tonight about some commercial real estate aspects. One of my true passions is working with commercial businesses and helping them find their true, the match for them in terms of what their space could be like, and that sometimes can be renting, sometimes can be buying. Another really important thing that I always talk to about some of the businesses about is the value of the money in your business. So depending on the type of business that you are, you might be smarter to invest the money in your business than you are to invest in real estate. Real estate over time has always kind of had its constant return. They say you're making 5 or 6% on appreciation on real estate. If you can spend that same money and invest it back in your business and allow your business to grow at a higher percentage, you're probably much smarter to invest that money in your business than you are in a building.
An important marketing tip if you're trying to do business in Peterborough to capture Peterborough audience attention is to use the hashtag that is meant for Peterborough. And that hashtag is hashtag PtBO. So if you're saying anything, you're saying, I love Peterborough, I'd like you to come to my restaurant in Peterborough, whatever it is, don't say it like that. Say it like hashtag PtBO. And you will then be part of the Peterborough conversation. This applies for Twitter and Instagram. Use hashtag PtBO. Hi, and welcome back to my office. I'd like to share with you some tech tips for your marketing. It's important to have a marketing strategy. It's important to go through. I have 9 steps that I share with all of my business clients for marketing. Now, I'm going to put a link to it on the website, BizMapPtbo.com. You can go to it and go through the 9 steps. There will be a video there for you as well. However, in general, you need to know, what is your purpose? Why are you even online? What is your value that you're adding? What do you want to tell people? You are crafting a story. How can you capture your story visually? And if you think of, there are 3 things that I want to share, that I'm a family-run company, that I have the best chocolates in the world, that we make these chocolates right here, and that I give back to this community. People love it. They will shop with you if you're giving back to the community before they're going to shop for someone else who does not give back to the community. If those are the 3 messages that you want to be sharing, and you'd like to share, 40% of message 1, 40% of message 2, and 20% of the fact that you give back to the community, or a different mix, then put out your electronic calendar and make sure you think of when you can actually schedule these posts. So in the purpose, you want to then identify who's my target audience, who in that target audience might share this information so that it gets some legs, it gets some viral growth. It's very exciting, it's very possible. And like I said, go through my 9 steps and it'll help you understand, okay, I know my purpose, I know who my target audience is, I know what my keywords are, I know how to measure success, I know where I'm getting this visual content, I know what my calendar is, I know who my local giants or my network giants are who are going to share this message, and I know who the contributors are in the community who might have information that I will share. I hope that helps. That's a wrap of BizMapPtbo. That's a wrap of
Before you disclose to anyone, gotta go back. So,
Cameron, I'm 23 and I'm the founder of Chimp Tree. Oh, darn! I'm not kidding, I lied about it.
Sophie, you're great at getting this community going and growing. Going and growing.
Valentina, Mercedes Valentina. All went to the same high school, had the same grandmother. Is that what I heard? No?
Wait, I wanted my lipstick.
Almost done, Lindsay.